Hi YouTube, back today with another book review for you. The fabulous Treading the Mill by Nigel Pearson. This was published by Capel Ban Publishing, and this one's a first edition, and this one was released 2007. Nigel has just brought out a new updated version. I believe it's got an additional chapter. I'm humming and hawing whether to get it. I probably will, because this is one of my favourite books. And look, I'm not sure if that's done in biro or like sort of print. I don't know. But when I got that, I was really, really pleased. So, going to walk to the contents pages. 7 chapters, as you can see. That's a cool image. Okay, so I'll briefly read the introduction. It says, the intention of this volume is to give an idea, however brief and incomplete, to both the relative newcomer and maybe the more seasoned practitioner in this field of study, of an alternative to the Wiccan pagan practices found in most books. And this is definitely not a Wiccan book. This volume aims to present some of the methods deriving from an older stratum of belief and practice, albeit in a modern context, which generally come under the heading of traditional witchcraft, old craft, or simply craft. So, in some respects, this is a 101 book for traditional witchcraft. I love the way this book is written. It's very much about becoming at one with nature, and the general feeling, whilst hard to describe, really reminded me of my younger years. But it's the feeling, you know. It was the rawness, you know, of as I was growing into myself, you know. This bit I absolutely love, so I have to read it. I'm sorry. And the chapter is Hallowing the Compass. Consider a time some 1,000 years ago, a small village in some last remaining wildwood in England, a collection of sturdy timbered huts and houses situated around an open clearing in the centre. About the houses, small patches of cultivated ground or pens for livestock. Set back from the rest, a smaller house, seemingly hiding in its own shadow. Around the whole area is planted a hedgerow in roughly circular shape, composed of native shrub trees like haw, blackthorn and elder. There are 1 or 2 openings in the hedge, with tracks leading off in different directions, but all heading further into the surrounding, concealing greenery. Within the boundary hedge, all is safe, secure, familiar and known. Outside the boundary, it's a strange and wild place full of danger and the unknown. The forest is a haunt of brigands and wolf's heads, wild animals such as wolves, boar, and even a bear or 2. During the day, it is a safe enough place for people to take their animals to pasture or to work nearby fields. But at night, all withdraw behind the vicious, prickling, protective hedge and huddle together in small circles of firelight, thrown by the logs of the family hearth, all except, that is, one brave villager. A man or woman who dare brave the outside world, the seeker after mysteries, the person who pushes back the boundaries of the seen and unseen to bring back new knowledge for use and benefit of the village. This is the wise one, the cunning man, the original hedge witch. Absolutely love that section. Do you know, it's that section which, to me, that is at the heart of witchcraft. You know, that's how it is. like the journey in, do you know what I mean? Okay, so that discussed, that was the very beginning of Halloween the Campus, you know. And it goes on to tools. Here we go, discussing the stang. Here's mine, can you see? Have the stang. This was, I found this one on a beach. We've got a section here on calling directions. Not every witch calls directions, but as I say, take what you want, leave what you don't want. Oh, what's brilliant about this book is Nigel offers guided visualizations. Did I say that right? Probably not. Yeah, so that's quite a nice visualization. And that's to determine individual directional correspondences. How often have we been told, oh, do this in the east, do that in the west? You're thinking, well, bloody hell, I don't have a compass at home. You know, I do, you know, but not everybody has a compass at home. So it's using visualizations to find your own compass. Isn't that a fab idea? Honouring the directions, opening and dismissing the compass, places of working. Then it gives 2 examples of compass hollowing. And then we've got wand crafting. Aspects of traditional tree lore, some native trees. This is primarily British traditional craft, so obviously the trees would be our native trees. Gives a small paragraph on the trees, so each individual tree rather. And then cutting wood for magical purposes. You know, I think this book is hands-on, you know. It's like how often do you get books that will actually describe this process for you, you know? And it talks about giving thanks for the wood you've just been given, things like that. Which is exactly how I do things, you know. If nature gives me something, I give thanks, you know, or lay it off for him. You know? Oh, it tells you in here how to make wines. Recipes for wines. I think I would like to try the orange and cranberry, dandelion, and elderflower wine. Section 4 is spellcrafting. What is a spell? Charms and chants. Herbal magic and wart cunning. It gives a spell for protection of the home. A spell for protection on a journey. Here we go, this section I really love. Simples, potions, oils, lotions. We have got a recipe for a divination salve. A recipe for a binding ointment. Discusses elemental magic. The earth, air, fire and water. Stones. Weather. Birds and animals. Discusses a horsehair binding spell. Feather protection spell. Stealth and cunning spell. On collecting plant material for magical use. Cannot tell you how much I enjoy this book. This is talking about entering the twilight. As mentioned briefly in Chapter 1, Hallowing the Compass, the traditional crafter is sometimes referred to as a specialist way, as a hedge rider. This is an Anglo-Saxon term referring to the fact that the witch spends much of their magical time and work beyond the boundaries of what we usually refer to as normality. Talks about personal protection whilst hedge riding. It discusses the circle cross method, which is interesting actually because it's similar to what was used in the Golden Dawn, although yeah, the instructions aren't quite as intense, you know. Okay, you starting in the north, you're bringing the energy from above down to your groin, below, to the left, to the right. You're doing all the visualization, so it's pretty similar, you know, fairly easy in instructions how to do it actually. Well, here's an interesting aspect of it though. It says, here's another example of version you could use whilst working in a wooded or forest area. Using the same stance for your visualizations as in the basic circle cross. Touch your brow and say, Viridos, Father, Father. Then trace the line down to your navel and say, Erda, All Mother, by the oak and the elder, and all around me the woodward. That's quite nice, isn't it? I like that actually. Yeah. I do like doing the circle cross, you know, so I like that. It discusses place and awareness, visualization. It's nice that this book discusses so much visualization, and gives so much visualization practice, because visualization is a mainstay in all magical workings. Raising energy, you know, does it discusses the reasons for raising energy. Okay, and arousing the internal fire. Good way to put it. And actually, it is true, isn't it? It is an internal fire, you know, and there's a technique that I use personally for raising my energy, you know, when I want real strong sort of like, wah, energy anyway, and that's like internal fire. It discusses treading the mill as a way of raising energy. Treading the mill is sort of like a rocking like this. Obviously you're upright and I'm seated, but it's sort of like a rocking up, back and forth. Trance work. Tracing the line. Discusses witch's ladder and fascination. Spirits of the home and hearth. The household pet is a familiar. The created thought form as a familiar. Oh, the fetch body. That's an interesting bit. The ancestors. Another image. Elven-kind fairy folk. The king of the wildwood. Addressing the dame. So all in all, this is a fabulous book that I highly recommend. Anyway, that's the end of the video, so feel free to leave me a comment. Cheers, bye!